Do you have an embroidery machine but you don't have an editing and digitizing software and you would love to customize something like this? Now let me tell you something. You can do everything just with your machine, okay, to make this, and I'll show you how. Hey lovelies, this is Annie with Annie Marie. If you're new here, you're welcome. Do well to subscribe to our channel, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. So here we have an embroidery machine and we're turning it on. We allow it to boot for a while and then we click on the screen. Once you click on your screen, it's going to bring out this kind of page, all right, and then there may be an instruction on it to tell you to either raise your presser foot or something, and then when you click OK, it's going to calibrate. The embroidery arm is going to move, and after that you're good to go. Okay, first of all, we need to wind our bobbin. So here we have a 60 weight polyester embroidery thread from Brother. This particular weight is required for all sewing and embroidery machines made by them. Embroidery only machines use 90 weight threads, so take note of that. This is an SA156 plastic bobbin by Brother. This is the only recommended bobbin type for this machine. You can also get a pre-wound bobbin provided it is the type your machine uses. So here on the screen we can see our lettering and we can see the inbuilt design. So it's up to us to choose anyone. When you click on that, you can see it will show you a hoop, all right, and show you some designs on the side where you can choose. Now it will show us different sizes of hoops you can use on this machine. We have the repositioning, the 5x7 hoop, the 4x4 hoop, and the 2x1 inch plus. All right, so you can choose any hoop, and when you click on it, it will show you immediately on the screen. You can see it will show you the size of the hoop. You can see the second one 5x7, sorry, and you can see the 4x4, and you can see the 2 inches and 1 point something inches. Okay, so anyone you click on, it will bring it out, and then of course it's going to remove the designs that won't size the hoops. Now if you use this arrow, you will start scrolling through the designs to make your choice. Now I'm making a 10 years birthday t-shirt, so I'll be doing 10, and you can see I've chosen the 0 with fire on it. So now it's vertical and I want it to be horizontal because I need the hoop to be horizontal to accommodate so much more. Now I'm going to change it by clicking on this 90 degrees arrow and it will turn it horizontal. You can see it. Okay, now after this I can click OK, go back, and I can resize it. It shows you arrows pointing towards the length or the width, and sometimes both. So both means you want to increase the length and the width, and if it's only width or the length, it means you just want to increase just those or reduce just those. Okay, so now I've resized it and then I click on move. Now this move, you can see the arrows. If you point on the side one, it means that you're going down. You know, any direction of the arrow is where you're going to. And now I've moved it towards the ending because that's where I want it to be, because I'm still going to add one. Okay, so now I click on add to add another design or letters or whatever I want to add. Okay, so I'm going to click on 1. Remember, it's 10 years birthday. Okay, so I'm going to add 1. Okay, you can see it's vertical and I want it to be horizontal. Remember, I want it to accommodate as many designs as possible. So we'll go through the same process. You move it, resize it, you know, and add again. So just follow the instructions on the screen and you will get there. You can see what I'm doing. All right, now I want to move it. I've already resized it and I'm moving it with this arrow. It's very easy. Okay, and I get it as close to the 10 as possible. Once anyone is okay, just click OK and it will take you right here. Now we click on add to add another design. Very simple. Okay, so now we're going to go through the designs using this arrow right here, and it will be showing us designs that fit this hoop. Okay, any design that comes out here will not fit 4x4. It won't fit 2x2 inches. You understand? Okay, so once you click on any design, any other hoop that won't accommodate it will be gray. It will just gray it out, so you can't click on that design. It will just make you realize that okay, you can use this design on this particular frame. All right, Okay, so if you're doing a 4x4 design, it will practically highlight all the frames, because 4x4 design can enter 5x7, it can enter repositioning hoop, which is 5x12. Okay, so I'm trying to add the designs that I need, and as you add, just be arranging it immediately. Okay, don't fill up your whole screen without arranging it. You can see I've added a cone of ice cream. And another thing is, you can change the colors of the designs by yourself, and I'll be showing you as we go. This cone of ice cream, you can see the color that is showing on the screen, but I can assure you that every stitch here will be changed. These glasses that I just added now in the design, it's actually black, you can see it, but I won't be using black. I'll be using a coffee color. I'm going to be using brown. This is to show you that it's not just about the design you see on any design. You can choose your own colors. You can change them as you start stitching them out. All right, so I'm trying to arrange it to make sure it doesn't hit the cone and it also doesn't hit my one. You can see it, so I'm trying to move it. Okay, and you can see it's still actually hitting it a little bit. So all I'm going to do now is to see how to make it work. Okay, you can see I'm trying to scout for another design. All right, and here it is. I'm trying to choose something. I want to choose this mustard. Okay, all right. Okay, so all these designs were actually picked by the birthday boy. Okay, I'm just trying to like make his wishes come true. All right, so I will put this mustache right under the glasses. I mean, imagine a face with a mustache. Okay, the glasses is on the eye, is above the nose, and then the mustache is of course below the nose. Okay, so you make it as practical and realistic as possible. That's one thing about creative designing. Okay, you have to make things look real. Okay, you make it look like the real thing. I couldn't embroider a face, but I'm trying to give it a touch of everything. I could use a smiley face, but I feel like it wasn't it for this design. Okay, so I chose this. Now I've made sure, using the resizing and the move buttons, that is right under the glasses. Okay, you can see it. All right, it really fits. And now I'll click on OK, and I'll go to add. We're going to be adding some letters. All right, and it's up to me to choose the size of the letter that I want. So when I click on add, we'll go to the letters. Now it's better to use plain letters here because we already have designs. You don't want to add decorative letters anymore. And another thing is, I prefer using capitals for the beginning of the letters, and then I use medium or small for the rest of the letters. It's very important. Okay, so choose letters that you want to add and just put it there. So I'm going to be adding I am. So my I ams will be capital because it's short words. I and am, they're just 3 letters. Okay, but if I wanted to add birthday, I would definitely put B as capital and big. Okay, large. In the software it will show you LMS. L is large, M is medium, S is small. So if I was going to add a word like birthday, I'm going to add B as the large, and IRTH, the rest of them will definitely be small. That's to accommodate it. Okay, so you can see I'm trying to resize it and make it smaller because I've already typed my I am. Okay, and in the software you have the spacing. All you have to do is to use this arrow to just move around it. It's very simple. You saw me doing it. Okay, I'm reducing the size, and you can see it's now getting in there. Once it's okay, I click on OK. It's very simple, and then I move it. You can see I clicked on the move button, moved anywhere you want. So I'll move it down to make it look okay. But if I'm not okay, I can resize it again. Everything is just your choice. The letters or the design that you are resizing or you're editing or working on will be highlighted with red box. Okay, you will see red box all over it. Once you're done working with it and click OK, you can click on another design. This is a touch screen. All right, click on another design. It will be highlighted with red box, and you do whatever you want to do with that particular design. Okay, so this I'm trying to make it fit properly and also look aesthetically pleasing with the design. Okay, I wanted everything to like align properly, and I think so far I want to still move it closer to the eye, but it's okay. So now once you click on OK, it's going to show you your stitch out colors. According to the colors it's going to start with, and you can see the colors. Like I told you earlier, I'm not going to be using these colors. I'm going to change the colors as we go. We have dark glasses. My I am is black. I'm going to be using purple or another color. All right, even my 1 and 0, I'll choose close colors to them, but it's going to be different. So here we are. I have my 5x7 hoop and we have our grid. Okay, because I'm a little bit experienced now, I don't use my grids anymore, but because you're a beginner, I have to show you how to use these grids to get the center of your design. It's very important. Okay, so you can see the openings right at the beginning, at the end, and the center. Okay, this shows you the middle of your design, and you need to use it to mark it on your t-shirt or whatever that you are designing, you're creating your design on. It is very important. So I advise you to use this grid if you are just starting up. Okay, all right, now the design is going to be like 2 inches 1 inch below the neckline. This is a V neck. V necks are already down towards the chest, so you don't even have to leave so much spacing between the collar and the design. So I advise you just do like 1 inch because the V neck is already low. If it's a round neck, you can do 2 inches 2.5 inches, but nothing more than 3 inches. Okay, if you do more than 3 inches, it's really going to give you almost a belly design, which I don't really like. So I'm going to be using this erasable pen to mark the center. You can see what I did, and I'm marking the up, I'm marking the sides. This is showing me the area that the design is going to stitch out on. That's the essence of using the grid. Okay, and use a pen that will be wiped off. Okay, you can use chalks here, you can use this an erasable pen. Okay, it's water erasable actually. I must dab water on it for it to go. It's not air erasable. Okay, so now that I've used my grid to mark out that space, I can take away the grid. Now I'll open my hoop, get my cutaway, fusible cutaway stabilizer, the medium weight. This is very good for t-shirt designs. Okay, very good. And if your t-shirt is a little bit on the knitty and stretchy side, then you can use a water soluble stabilizer at the top, water soluble topping. Okay, it really helps with sinking stitches. Okay, now I'm going to place these hoops with the arrows. Okay, you see the arrows on your hoop. Make sure that they align properly under and on top. Okay, so the stabilizer is going to be down there and your upper hoop is going to be here. We're going to be using floating method for this design. Trust me, after learning this method, you're never going to hoop your products again unless it's absolutely necessary. Okay, so make sure that the stabilizer is tight and not too tight. Don't tear your stabilizer. Okay, but you can see how it's straight. Okay, and everywhere it's well held together. And now we are going to use this knob to tighten the stabilizer. Okay, remember what I said, we're using the floating method, and we'll still mark our stabilizer. Yes, we'll have to mark our stabilizer, and we're going to connect those dots on our t-shirt right on the dots on our stabilizer. We have to use the grid on it, yes, because it needs to be well centered. So now we'll place the grid on the stabilizer in the hoop, and we'll also mark it. And after marking it, we're going to be using pins to hold them down on those knots. All right, that's exactly what we're going to do. So that's the essence of the grid. Like I said, if I'm the one doing this for myself now without making this tutorial, I will just eyeball it and do it, and trust me, I always get it 99.9% of the time. Okay, because I've done it over time and I'm used to it. So now you can see the points right here. It shows you this is where your designs are going to be, and we have our pins. Okay, so now we're going to open up our t-shirt. Now be mindful of the position of your t-shirt. I always like my t-shirt going in this way. All right, this is where the hoop, this is where the hoop is going to align with the embroidery arm. Now that's where the end of my t-shirt always goes. I like the end of my t-shirt flowing over the embroidery arm, okay, and not inside the embroidery neck, the sewing machine neck, because it's going to bunch up there and it won't allow your hoop to move properly. Okay, so I'll make sure that the end of my t-shirt flows over the embroidery arm, where it moves, and then we start aligning the points. Okay, you can see the point below the collar. I'm aligning both of them with that dot. We'll go to the side, we'll align it with that dot. We'll just pin all the dots on the t-shirt and on the stabilizer together. That's all. It's that easy. Once you're through with this, you have successfully floated your t-shirt and we're good to go. Now one last thing, you're going to use a small pressing iron. You need to invest in that if you don't have. These help with quilting. This help with ironing small pieces of fabric instead of just using my big steaming iron. No, it's also a steaming iron. Trust me, I love using it. I'll use it to now fuse the t-shirt to the stabilizer. Remember, we're using a fusible cutaway stabilizer, okay, and it's medium weight. Okay, now you see I've pinned it using those dots, but don't pin the middle. Okay, you pin the sides and then you pin close to the hoop. You can see what I've done now. The next thing is to just open it up and then hoop it, and we are ready to go. Okay, remember, iron it. It's a fusible stabilizer. It's your best bet when you're starting up. All right, so remove these places. Make sure that your t-shirt is not caught under this hoop. You will ruin everything. You're going to get a new t-shirt and start all over again. Trust me, there is nothing like patching here. Okay, I've made this mistake in the past, and I will tell you what I did to remedy it. I created a patch. I just cut open that space because it was in the right position. Okay, so I cut open that place, created a patch, and closed it. Okay, but I'll be story for another day. So now I've successfully hooped it. We folded our t-shirt. So I'm going to use my wonder clip, the bigger ones, not the smaller ones, because the bigger ones are not going to be able to hold the hoop. All right, so I'll look for the bigger ones and I'll use them to hold the t-shirt to the hoop, you know, just to remove it from cutting on the needle. If it touches the needle, we're done for, trust me. And then we start creating our design. Okay, remember, we're going to follow our color chart, but you can change the threads because the color chart is there showing you this part of the design is going to be used. We're going to use yellow or red on it. You can decide, okay, this part of the design, I want to use black on it, and you thread your machine with black. All right, so we're starting with the 0. Remember, that was the first thing we added. Now let me tell you another thing. If you noticed, I was pushing my design towards the edges, okay, and it was flowing, it was going to the direction of the other side as you went on. That's where your stitches start. So if you scatter your designs all over the place, you're going to create a whole lot of jump stitches, okay, because it's going to scatter everywhere. So that you noticed, I was aligning them, I was pushing them from one side. First of all, I set them horizontally, then I was adding as I went on until I got to I am. Do you understand? So make sure you arrange it so that when you're stitching, the machine will not be moving up and down, you know, and making everything bad. And you can see I was changing my color. I changed my colors. It's not exactly as the 0 in the design. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this off camera as we progress. You can see the colors. I'm going to start up. Okay, the fire was 2 colors, but it wasn't this color. I changed it to my own desire. This green edge is not what is inside the design. I think it was blue or something. I changed it to lemon and green because of my t-shirt. Now choose the colors that match what you're working on. If you're working on a t-shirt and the t-shirt is blue, you choose threads that are going to pop on that blue. You choose threads that are going to come out on that blue and give the effect that you want. Okay, that's how you choose your embroidery threads. You don't just follow verbatim exactly the thread colors you're seeing on that design when you know it's not going to match what you're doing. Now this ice cream, I changed it completely. The cone was yellow with some other stuffs, but I'm using cream and white. Yeah, because that's exactly what I wanted. The ice cream was yellow, red, and some stuffs with strawberry, but I made my own a different color of cone, a creamy cone and a vanilla with chocolate ice cream. That's exactly what I did. I did a chocolate flavor and a vanilla flavor, but the design was not that. So you have to be creative. Okay, you can see it. You can see mine is vanilla and chocolate, but the design was strawberry, you know, with some other yellow colors and blue and all that. So you have to be creative here. Okay, you can see the glasses was black like I told you, but you can see mine is coffee color, is brown. So you can do anything you want to do here. This is where your creativity comes out. Okay, the mustache is black. I'm definitely going to do black there, all right, because I mean have you seen any blue mustache or yellow mustache? Really, we only have blonde and black, you know, and maybe ginger red, you know, mustache. So try to be as realistic as possible. So we have our I am, which was black, but here is purple. Okay, and we're done. You can see how awesome it really progressed. Okay, just click on OK, and it's time to remove the t-shirt from the machine and let's see our work. Okay, isn't this easy? This is really very easy. So let's remove it from the machine and see our design. Now when we bring it out, you have to remove the pegs, okay, and get it ready to be enjoyed. Now the back looks beautiful, it's stitched out properly. Now here we go. This design really looks good, okay, at least for a 10-year-old. Okay, now if you are new to embroidery, please don't use stretchy and knitted fabrics because you might experience some ripples and all that, but not to worry, okay, you can just iron it front and then turn it inside out and iron it and it will be good to go. This fabric is very stretchy, okay. I don't advise you to use it for a first timer, okay, but if you're very careful and you use a fusible interfacing, it will work out perfectly. Just use water to remove these dots. All right, now if we turn it inside out, you will notice that I use this medium weight fusible interfacing simply because I don't want to use any tender touch to cover my design. Once you wash this for the first time, it's really going to get soft and it's definitely not going to be scratchy or itchy to the skin, okay. And there you have your custom embroidered t-shirts. Now you know that you can merge and edit designs with just your machine. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, share your thoughts at the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.